Okay, so I promised you guys I'd be back in to share some examples of what I think are really good landing pages, freebies, opt-ins, and also examples of ones that I think could use some improvement, just to give you a reference, a point of reference as you're starting to create, refine your opt-ins and create your freebies and all of that good stuff. So I have it for you here, and I'm going to start showing it to you. So this is an example of one that I think is good. I do think it's a tiny bit busy, but I think it's engaging. It's got a really engaging photo, and I think that the message here is crystal clear. Make money by putting love first. Make money fall in love with you. Learn the fastest and most effective process to remove the blocks that keep you from being irresistible to money. Unlock the flow of wealth into your life with a free 4-part video series, Make Me a Money Magnet. Now, I know this is about money. However, and you think it's easy to just say anything about money, right? Making money, and it's a no-brainer. But there's a lot of good things happening here. It's saying make money fall in love with you. Learn the fastest and most effective process to remove the blocks that keep you from being irresistible to money. These are the message points that I was mentioning when we talk about the 4 irresistible freebie formula, right? And the 4 parts to it. And this is number 2. There's a lot of little kind of bullet point text happening here, and it's very compelling, right? So I like this. I like that there's a really strong statement here, value proposition between the combination of the title and the messaging that's on here. Okay, and let me show you another one. Okay, same type of thing. This one is again about money. This one is again about money, but you can see it's got the same thing. It has a strong title, Release Your Money Blocks and Reclaim Your Money Power. Discover the 3 mistakes that keep women entrepreneurs broke and exhausted and how you can eliminate them. Again, strong messaging here, right? It's telling you immediately what you're going to learn, what this is about, and who it's for that keep women entrepreneurs broke and exhausted and how you can eliminate that broke and exhausted feeling. That's the value proposition. That's the takeaway. Okay, so this is not just kind of a title and a vague statement here. It's very, very clear what you're going to get when you click that orange button. That's what I want you guys to strive for, that clarity. And I find that a lot of times when you don't have the clarity, the problem is a little bit bigger than just your opt-ins. That problem is about your whole target audience, right? That you're a little bit vague about the overall value that your blog or your website or your business provides. We're going to dive into that tomorrow. I'm just making a note here that a lot of times, just the offer itself runs deeper. That if you're having problems getting people signed up, it runs a little bit deeper than the opt-in, okay? Another one that I think is good is one that's actually mine, okay? Grow your list by thousands. Learn the steps to creating an irresistible opt-in freebie. You're going to turn visitors into leads and customers. This is what I was saying when I was saying that you want to extrapolate and pull out points from your freebie that are going to be equally as compelling as the title. Discover the secrets that experts use to quickly and easily grow your list, and a 7-step checklist to use for your next opt-in freebie. It's going to help you grow your list incredibly fast. So every one of these bullet points is reinforcing the outcome, okay? And it's giving you a different view of what you're going to get with this outcome. Even though it's saying the same thing kind of over and over, you notice that? Learn the steps. It's a 7-step checklist. You're going to discover the secrets. You're going to grow your list. You're going to grow your list. Okay, turn visitors into leads. I'm saying the same thing over and over, but I'm saying it a little bit differently. I'm giving you a little bit of a different angle on it, and I'm sharing a new little tidbit, right? A little nugget that makes you really want this with each one. If we look at some pop-ups that I think are really good, we have one here, get your free research starter kit. Includes 3 in-depth guides on SEO basics, a bonus keyword research template, and bi-weekly digital marketing tips and tricks to keep you on track. Learn how to identify the right keywords to drive organic traffic, boost conversions, and grow your business like an SEO pro. Okay, you can see there is the outcome here again. I know that I'm going to learn to identify the keywords. I'm going to get organic traffic. I'm going to even be able to boost my conversions, and I'm going to grow my business. And it also has what I'm going to get, exactly what I'm going to get. 3 in-depth guides on SEO basics, a keyword research template, and it's also letting me know that I'm going to be signing up for more tips and tricks. Okay, I like this because it's very clear. We have the good title again. We have the copy that's reinforcing it. Okay. And this is another one that I like. Let me just close this here. This is another one that I like. And I think the big reason that I like this one so much is that you see what you're getting. I can see all of these sheets. It's a toolbox, right? So I don't think that this is an amazing title, but I do think that it's visually very, very compelling. And they have an arrow that's pointing right to grab your templates. Learn the profitable processes to create amazing blog post challenges, email courses, master classes, webinars. Okay, so this is telling you exactly what you're going to get, and you can see everything that you're getting. I would like it if this had a little bit more of that outcome, that what does that mean that you're going to do? Learn the profitable processes. It hints at the fact that there's a profit here, but it's not coming right out and saying that you're going to grow your business, that you're going to increase your profits and things like that. I would prefer if it was clearer there and gave you a little bit more there, but I love the visuals. So I wanted to point this one out because of that. And because I think you guys have seen my other lives where I'm telling you that visuals have a lot to do here. And the more that you can input or more that you can include really great visuals that show people what they're going to get, it just makes you kind of want to get it, right? This is a beautiful display of what I'm going to get. It's graphic here and the arrow's pointing right to it. And I mean, I want it, right? Because the arrow's pointing to it and it looks like a lot of stuff and you're telling me it's a toolbox. So even though I think the copy in this could be improved, I think the visuals and the arrow and everything pointing to it is really strong. Let me see what else I have for you here. Okay, this is another one that I think is good. This is for a nutrition book, and I like the fact again that it has very clear bullet points. You have a title with a number. Numbers are always good when you can include those. I'm going to get into the power in numbers and statistics and things like that on day 3. But I just want to point this out that this is really good. And then there's like a subtitle here, boost your workouts with the planner. And then you have all of these bullet points that say you're going to melt away fat, you're going to build lean muscle, and you're going to improve your body chemistry. You're going to learn the secrets to losing weight and eat as much as you want. You're going to fast track your success and push through weight loss plateaus without dieting. You see how we are, again, melt fat, build lean muscle, lose weight, push through weight loss plateaus. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but it's coming from a different angle and giving you a little bit of a different kind of pull there, right? So this is another example that I think is pretty good. Okay, so those are some good examples, and I want you to notice here that, you know, whether you think these are good or not, right? You could look at these and be like, you know, that copy isn't that compelling to me. You notice that there's specificity. There is really strong, specific copy about what you're going to get. The fastest and most effective process to remove blocks that stop you from making money. That's very clear. Very, very clear, okay? Discover the 3 mistakes that keep women entrepreneurs broke. Very clear, okay? It's so specific that I immediately know as a visitor to this page or pop-up or whatever it is that this is for me or it's not for me, right? But I don't have vagueness about it. It's just boom. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to fill in any gaps because it's so clearly defined here and so clearly put out there in the copy. So that's the way I would like you to start creating your own copy as we get into this challenge. Okay, so I also have some examples of ones that I think need a bit of improvement, okay? And I did a little creative redesign on some of these because I don't want to share some things that, might get some people upset, right? So I kind of obscured the originals here. Oops, that's a typo. So this one is, an example of something that's not as clear, that the copy is hard to read, and for you as a title, I'm thinking I'm reading a Dear Abby letter. I don't realize that this is something for me. So this is an example, even though there's a nice visual on this side of somebody just really joyous and celebrating and, living a really wonderful life, it looks like, right? Kind of want to be her. But I don't understand the connection, because the title says For You, which you don't realize is a title, and then you have some copy that says the free Back to Basics blueprint that will help you love the skin you're in. That is way too vague. Okay, when you compare that to, let's just pick one of these. When you compare that to this, Photoshop is acting funky. That'll drive you batty. Okay. When you compare that to this, that is clear what the outcome is. You're going to grow your list by thousands, whereas this one just says For You. So I think this is kind of a pretty clear example. When you look at these, when you look at the one on the left and you look at the one on the right, I think it's, you can kind of be like, okay, well, that's kind of a no-brainer that this one is going to be, more clear, right? Because it's saying, first of all, it's an action, right? Grow your list, and this is For You. And then you can't really read the text here. There's just a little bit of text, and even then it's vague. It's saying love the skin you're in. What does that mean? What is love the skin you're in going to help you do? Right? What is love the skin you're in going to help you be, feel like, start doing? What's your life going to be like when you start to love the skin you're in? So there needs to be a lot of explanation there about what that really means, okay? As I was saying, I think that, some of this becomes clear when you put them side by side, but it's not so clear when you're sitting there trying to come up with your copy on your own, right? So I'm not dissing this at all. I think that, that we all have a lot to learn and continue to improve to get stronger opt-in forms and sign-up pages and landing pages and everything like that. So, I'm not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with this, but when you're not seeing subscriber growth and you're not getting subscribers, you have to look at your copy and your visuals and everything like that. You have to be A/B testing. You have to be trying something else. So again, I think when you put them side by side, there's so much clarity with the one on the right, and there's so much vagueness with the one on the left that it's kind of like it has a night and day kind of experience to it. But again, when you're sitting there and you're coming up with copy on your own, not so easy to see that difference, right? To make that comparison. So just keep in mind as we're going through this challenge that I want you to always, with every landing page that you create and every freebie, you should be able to have 3 strong bullet points. Whether you decide to use them or not, where you use them, totally at your discretion, but you're going to be able to pull that baby out, that copy out, and just use it wherever it makes sense to use it. You're not going to have to think about it, and you're going to have so much clarity around it that it's going to be so impossible for your target audience, the people visiting your site, not to have the same clarity. Okay, so that's what you should be aiming for. So that's one example that I think could use some improvement. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so this is another one that This is Sincerely Jules. This is a pretty popular blogger. So she, putting these side by side because what I did here is I'm changing the text here just to show you an example. So this is her pop-up box that happens after you are, on exit intent when you're about to leave Jules' site, and she says, Sincerely Jules, be the first to know about all things Sincerely Jules. So there you go. That is the equivalent of over here, want to stay up to date, subscribe to our newsletter here. Now, the problem with want to stay up to date or be the first to know, which is the same thing, is that it may work for a really super popular blogger, and I've brought this up before. Maybe, if she's got such brand recognition and she's so big in her industry or her niche, she can get away with that. That's fine. People are signing up. I still really believe that she could do a lot better with something more compelling, because the updates, especially when you're using something like want to stay up to date, subscribe to our newsletter, and I don't know what your blog is about, and I don't know that I even like your fashion tips or your health tips or whatever it is, I'm just going to ignore it. So that's an example of what not to do, okay? Maybe when you have 500,000 page views and you're so enormous that people already know your content. They already know that they want to have your updates because they're craving it and they love what you do and they love everything that you write. But we're not there yet, okay? So avoid pop-ups that say, do you want to stay up to date or subscribe to our newsletter? Just don't do it. Okay, and the last one here that I have to show you, again, this is a little bit of a redesign that I did, but, and when I say redesign, this is, I'm trying to be careful not to expose anyone here. So this is an example of a home page where you land on the page and you get this right sidebar pop up. And again, if you see right here, we have sign up to receive your awesome freebie. This is what I was mentioning when I said freebie. This awesome freebie thing doesn't really work because it's the same as get my update. It doesn't have any meaning to somebody that's visiting your site when they don't know you. Second thing is this sidebar pop-up is obscuring the text here. You can't see it. You don't even know that this is something that you want. Or you don't even know what this page is about. You're just like confused because you have this pop-up that's overlaying some text. And the only thing you're going to want to do here is click the X box to get rid of it because you want to read the text. Okay, you want to read why you came to this site, which is something I've been trying to drive home, and this is an example of it. Okay, so this pop-up is not only irritating because I don't know this brand and I don't know what you mean by awesome freebie. And I don't know that I want your awesome freebie, but it's blocking my ability to read the page that I'm on here to read. And then we have Grow, Laugh, Love is a place where we can all reach new heights and be our something or other. And so I'm kind of like, that's not even compelling me enough to make this pop-up box go away. I'm just kind of like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Again, it is the page where you're landing on this as your home page, right? So this is your home page, but it really doesn't tell you much, and it's just kind of like confusing. The whole thing is confusing and doesn't have meaning. And the meaning comes from focusing on an outcome and really being clear not only on your value proposition of your offer, your free offer, but the value proposition of your brand overall. Because I feel like these are all connected. If you are totally clear on your target audience and you can say things like, for instance, I'll give you an example of what my value proposition is. I provide training and education to help entrepreneurs and creatives build a profitable online business. This is my value proposition I have written down in my business plan. Another example is something like, we provide coaching and guidance to help people who don't want to take medications reverse high blood pressure naturally. Okay, so know that this is talking to people who don't want to take medications, right? They're anti-drug and they want to improve, but they want to improve their blood pressure naturally. Very specific. It doesn't get any more specific than that, right? Very specific. That people, you know that you are going to be attracting people who want to take control of their blood pressure without taking drugs. So I would like you to get into the mode of being super, super clear. And I know that when you're starting out, there's going to be vagueness, and I totally get that. But I want you to keep moving toward clarity with your offers, clarity with your overall value proposition, okay? So this is how things are going to super, super connect, and you're just going to be attracting like magnets to your, not only your opt-ins, but your overall business. Okay, so those are the examples that I have for you guys, and totally use these as you're starting to brainstorm, and we're going to start offer, which is really, really connected to getting clear on your target audience. So don't miss that. Remember to share with me any thoughts or comments or eureka moments you're having about your audit that you're doing today. Hear it, and I really, really want you guys to have a lot of success with this. Okay? I will see you tomorrow.